Welcome everyone to Sketchoholics. I am your host, Noel Hyde, and I've been a Sketchoholic for 10 years. We are joined with our guest today, Lightbloom, or she goes by Shan as well. Hi Shan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. I see we're both drawing Pokemon right now. We're having an epic little Pokemon battle.
Yep.
So let's get into it. So Shan, how was your day today?
It's good. This is being recorded on the day we have that really big winter storm,
Oh
for anybody
yeah.
curious. So, uh, it's awfully cold right now. I have a little space heater at my desk right now because my PC is right next to my window.
Hmm.
So, I hope everybody, if you were in that, I hope you're staying warm.
Yeah, it's like minus. Oh no, wait, hold on. Because you're in the states. I'm in Canada. It's like minus 30 where I am right now, which is pretty cold, and it's supposed to get colder soon as well. But we'll see.
Yeah, to use a Fahrenheit because what the fuck is a kilometer? I don't know if we can swear on here.
It's all good.
um, uh, 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 it is -20 right now.
Hmm,
Yeah,
that's pretty cold.
yeah, it's really cold.
So Shan, I know you're super into warrior cats. I say that because
Yes.
as though I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Um, so what's like how did you get into warrior cats?
Oh, okay. So whenever I am in like Warrior Cat spaces, I have to give the disclaimer that I'm a Warrior Cat's grandma.
Mm-hmm.
uh, like whenever I play the Roblox game, and I get designated as the Meemaw of the server because um I was at a bookstore
Mm-hmm.
and I was just perusing, and I was a really little kid, and I saw the Into the Wild book, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's about cats." And I
Mm-hmm.
picked it up and read it. I read it at a time where Fire and Ice was not out yet.
Oh, you're
I had to wait for Fire and Ice to come out.
damn. I
So,
wasn't even born yet. No, wait, I was born though. I was born.
um yeah, so when I say I'm an old Warrior Cats fan, I really mean that. Uh that's how I got into it. It's kind of been one of those things that I always end up coming back to because I think the world building is so incredibly cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um Not that they utilize it or its
Oh yeah, no.
characters well all the time, but I think that's kind of what's appealing to it is because I think it really speaks to like people who like to role play or write fan fiction. I think it really starts that, well, what if this happened instead thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a very creative thought for people, and that persists in the so I am also in the Final Fantasy 14 community,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a really common sort of thing that happens in there too. Like we're all making our own little characters, and people we go, oh well, what if this happened? This would be different because my character would not act like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think that is like a universal thing almost. And I think Warrior Cats is a really good baby's first like intro to that phenomenon, you know?
Yeah.
So,
We'll get into Final Fantasy. I have some questions about that because I know you're very passionate about
yeah.
it. So that's a little.
Uh-huh.
But so my experience with actually Warrior Cats is like it's such a huge part of my life because, um, it actually is like the driving factor of why I can read now today. So as I have dyslexia, right, and I've had to deal with
Mhm.
it my whole life. And in school, I would unfortunately a lot of teachers don't want to handle the kids with dyslexia. It's too
Yeah.
challenging. So I've never really been able to read and write the same way as everyone else did, and they didn't really actually understand that until like I was in grade 7, and they're like, "Oh, this kid can't read or write." So the way I read and write is like very. It's more of like the best way I could explain it is like I can see the words and I understand the patterns of like how words are written, but like I couldn't like I can't like I don't have like phonics, which is like how people see a word and know what it means, like how they sound it out. So I was never
Mhm.
taught that. So it's more of like how an archaeologist would like read hieroglyphs, I guess. You know, where they don't,
Okay,
they're
yeah.
not like they're not really reading it. They just understand the the
Right, yeah.
places. Anyway, so I just know I went through like all of school not really reading, but until like I started getting to the comics, which like the Gray Stripe comics, right? That's when I was like, I
Okay,
want to
yeah.
read. I want to be able to read this. So my reading skills are like okay. My spelling skills are terrible. You've probably seen my messages. They're like so bad. I'm like, and like you're like, people would be like, "What about autocorrect? Doesn't that work?" Not really. Not when they don't even understand what
No,
word you're saying.
I have such a funny autocorrect story. So like Final Fantasy 14, some of its place names are like very like they're very fantasy.
Mhm.
I misspelled one of them once and my autocorrect latched onto it forever, and it has been a losing battle fighting with it. I finally went into settings and like deleted everything so that I could um not misspell this common place that my character had trauma at.
Mhm.
But it took somebody. I was like I just really hope nobody notices. And then a friend messaged me like, is there a reason you constantly misspell that? And I was like,
You're like,
so the truth is I'm lazy. And my autocorrect got me. um
that's the
so
worst.
yeah. So I honestly, I feel like people should give a lot of people more grace when it comes to mispronouncing words or misspelling words, because more often than not, people have learned those words through reading.
Mhm.
And so, especially when they mispronounce them, because that means that they saw it and then didn't hear somebody say it. So, I think we could all learn to be a little nicer
Mhm. I second
about
that.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh my God, your Espeon's looking crazy.
It's so big. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good.
It's Dynamaxed.
Oh shit, it is.
I'll draw the little cloud around its head in a bit.
Yeah, I can do that for you. The brushes.
um but yeah, like Final Fantasy 14 is probably my other main creative
Mhm.
outlet for sure. um I don't know what the demographic of your listeners is, but
Zero,
where
like
my
no one.
my Warrior Cat stuff is very like, you know, GPG, maybe
Mhm.
PG-13 with how deep we get. Rise of the Moon gets into
Oh man,
fascism.
I can't wait for the
Um
next season.
yeah. Uh some part of why I've been on a bit of a break with it is because some of it's gotten a little too real.
Uh huh.
And all of us are like after session we're like, "Woo,
Ooh,
okay."
some
Um
some of the yelling was true, you know.
yeah. But for my Final Fantasy stuff, that's on my Blue Sky. I
Mhm.
try and keep my Blue Sky as safe for work as possible, but I do have a separate one for Final Fantasy stuff that is more
Oh
R18,
yeah.
because the game does get into some really heavy topics.
Mhm.
Like the place my character has a lot of a sex trafficking issue,
Oh
and she is
oh
a
damn
woman.
damn.
Yeah, so I think to ignore that kind of discussion would
Mhm.
be incorrect. So I do my best to keep it respectful, but also I'm like, we have to acknowledge that this is happening.
So what got you into Final Fantasy? Because I know that
um
series is super old.
yeah. So my first foray into Final Fantasy was I was actually a Kingdom Hearts player.
Mhm.
Um uh Kingdom Hearts came out, and I got that advert that so many did on Mike's super short show on the Disney Channel.
Oh oh yeah.
and and um and so when I played Kingdom Hearts, there's all these Final Fantasy characters in it, and I
Mhm.
was like, oh, who are these guys? Who are these clowns? And
Sephiroth.
yeah, And so I'm like, well, I want to play these Final Fantasy games. So I started with 10. 10 was my first one because it was also on the PS2, and that's kind of what I had at the time, because I didn't have a lot of other systems. But eventually, I did start playing all the other ones. I haven't played them all yet. There's if any of my friends listen to this, they're gonna be like, Shane, you gotta go play Final Fantasy 9. You gotta go play Final Fantasy 9. It's the best one, and that may be true, but I have not played it. Um, my favorite is actually a sleeper choice. It's one that I can't in good conscience recommend to people because
It's
the
not
battle
Union
system.
Cross, is it?
No, it my favorite Final Fantasy game is one I can't recommend in good conscience because the battle system is so weird. It's Final Fantasy 12.
Oh.
And I think that reflects the I like warrior cat, like the politics part of warrior cats, because
Mm-hmm.
it's a very political story. So, um my bias kind of jumped out right there. Really funny. Um that's my favorite Final Fantasy besides 14. 14 obviously
Mm-hmm.
is my baby. But that's mostly because I really love getting into the part where you come up with an OC and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So um that is my reason for loving 14. My cat girl uh is my favorite little cancelable character. She's so easy to cancel. She's killed so many people.
She's a war criminal, but we love her.
She is a war criminal, like not slash J.
Mm-hmm. In Minecraft, in Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a war criminal in Minecraft. Um but she's better now. She hasn't done war crimes in like 10 years. We gotta appreciate growth.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that aspect of like can somebody like that really change comes through in
Mm-hmm.
how I handle Rise of the Moon also, because we have a lot of characters who are on the good guy side that don't necessarily do some really great things, um but we also have a lot of bad guys who have the chance to reform. So it really just kind of like I like asking that question,
Mm-hmm.
like who and gets redeemed and why is something I like exploring, especially in Warrior Cats, where they don't particularly seem interested in having that discussion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, because like they had a whole arc about how the Dark Forest stepped up to help the clans, and then Star Clan was like, "Yeah, go back to hell,
That's a good
get
part.
back there." Yeah.
If you had to rewrite a part of like of the series, or like if you wanted to, if you could like go back and tell them like, no, follow this, develop this idea more, what would it be?
Ooh.
Because mine would be make an actual like Blood Clan story or arc where it's like where you actually talk about like the cats in Blood Clan, because I feel like there's a lot of cool story elements that could be used there, like since like Scourge dies, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
all the remaining cats go back, but then they have like a sort of like a civil dispute about who should lead next, so it causes a lot of infighting. And I feel like there could be a lot of neat stories about factions being divided and stuff like that. Because the
Oh,
only
that would be really
because
cool.
I feel like the only time we correct me if I'm wrong, like they didn't really call themselves
Mm-hmm.
Blood Clan until the Darkest Hour when they were like revealed at the
Yeah.
at the meeting. So like, so it came
Mm-hmm.
and in the in the Ravenpaw graphic novel, I know Barley has like a flashback. He's like he talks a little bit. There's like a few panels where he's like a kid, and I'm like that's not
Yes.
really. And then the Rise of Scourge comic is more of a like what's it called? What's it called?
It's like a villain origin
Yeah, a
story for
villain. Yeah,
Scourge. Yeah.
a prequel. It is, yeah. I feel like there could have been. There's a lot of cool, but since they're remaking the whole series in a graphic graphic novels. I feel like there could be a potential.
They could. I think with them marketing a lot of toys with Scourge, I think there is potential for a Blood Clan spinoff. I would not be surprised if they hit that up eventually. But what I would change. Oh, this is gonna be a really really hot take.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think a lot of the series problems began around a power of 3.
Ooh.
I would completely rewrite a power of 3.
We all like J-Fall though. Come on.
I like him. I think he's one of the things that I would not really touch. But when it comes to everybody else, including Hollyleaf, which I think is the hot take part of it, I would most definitely be editing that, because I think the problem is that they started writing a power of 3 from the fire scene. And having a scene in mind is really really good. I like, there's some parts of Rise of the Moon where I'm like, oh, this would be really cool if this happened. But I think because of how Warrior Cats books are written, they didn't really have enough time to flesh out a lot of things working back from that scene. I think if you're working back from a scene like that, you need a lot more time to work on the details, and they just aren't afforded that with how fast these books are published. Yeah. So,
because how many
I would change a power 3. What I would probably do. Hollyleaf has a lot of leaderly ambitions. I would make sure I would have her have still murdered Ashfur, but instead of going into the tunnels, I would have her be in a position of power by the end of the series. And I probably would have given her a power that assists with that.
I feel like, persuasion, some sort of persuasion.
Yes. Yeah, some sort of persuasion power. Maybe we could give her something like the Gias, where she looks at somebody and they do what she wants. And in that way, I think it would be fun, because then Lion Blaze and Jayfeather have powers, but not necessarily something that they could use against their own sister effectively. Which then I think could have StarClan. You know, they're afraid of the 3.
Yeah.
And I think it would add some mysticism back into StarClan if they disagreed on the creation of the powers to give to Dovewing. I think they should still give them to her, and it would be specifically to combat Hollyleaf. And I know the powers did not originate from StarClan. I know that, but like I think if you wanted to keep StarClan mystical, I think them being able to give and take away those kind of power is very interesting. And I think the problem is then, like, well, if they can take it away, then why didn't they just take Hollyleaf's Gias away or whatever? So I think the problem with Power of 3 is that it creates a scenario where you have to create more rules for StarClan, and not only were they not interested in doing that, they like just did not, I think, have the time to like flesh out, like ask those questions. So that's how I feel about a Power 3. I think it's fixable. But it definitely takes a lot of work to fix it. And since we're talking about StarClan, I'm gonna draw my StarClan girly for Rise of the Moon, our poster child. She's not a child. She's over 1,000 years old.
I'm drawing Cyber 6 right here. Oh, you probably don't know who that is. Oh, okay, you probably would like.
Tell me.
So Cyber 6 is like all the OG 2000 kids, Canadian kids will know this show, but Cyber 6 is like this really cool, children's show from like early 2000s about this this mutant called Cyber
Mhm.
6, right? And they they escape from this laboratory, and they kind of go off, and they do this kind of thing where actually, no, what am I trying to say here? So the plot's just like they escape from being a test experiment like person, and they go and
Mhm.
try and live in society. But the people behind their creation is like you know, trying to capture her, and they send it's kind of like a rinse and repeat sort of show where they send like a bad monster, and she goes and kills it or whatever, and then she goes back to
Mhm.
life. But by night she's Cyber Six, that's vigilante woman, who wears like
Ooh,
black
that's
and red.
cool.
But by day, she's she's a male LA teacher named Lucas, who has
Oh, that's sick.
who has like a thing for her fellow teacher coworker oh, what's his name? Anyway, so she has like this love triangle, like a love she falls in love with him and stuff like that, and it's pretty good.
Oh,
It's
I love that.
the series is based off like a Brazilian comic series, but unfortunately the final episode is like a cliffhanger, and there's no chance of it getting it
Oh
followed.
no,
So it's just
that's
it
the worst.
yeah. But it was like this one of these shows I would stay up to like midnight of being like, oh yeah, it's on, I gotta watch it.
This is my girly
Oh
Silver
here
Shade.
here one second.
I am trying to not give spoilers in case people start
Mm.
watching Rise of the Moon. But she's 1,000 years old. And
That's just awesome.
she is a very important figurehead in StarClan.
Mm.
So
I'm gonna draw uh my warrior Star Clan OC character.
yes,
Aura.
or yes.
Why is my pencil not working? Hello? What the pencil?
I think Silver Pelt meeting Aura would be really funny. I think Silver
Hmm.
Pelt would be like, "Whose baby is this?" Or Silver Shade. Ah, no, I gave away the plot. Oh well. um, but yeah, Silver Shade is probably one of my favorite characters in Rise of the Moon. Just on a because again, I love asking questions of like what makes somebody good and what makes somebody bad.
Hmm.
And she really poses that question. um, so I like and I really try and make her design kind of unsettling. Like because like her ears are curved. Are they devil horns? Are they
Hmm.
forming a halo? You don't know. So um I love doing stuff like that. My one thing about the graphic novel. I'm like you guys need to have more characters and designs that I can like immediately look at them and be like, yeah, I know who that is.
Hmm.
Um that's my one pet peeve. Um Silhouette test, you guys.
So I know we're both freaking nerds.
Uh-huh.
But how was do you have any friends that share your passion of warrior cats like IRL?
In IRL.
Yeah.
Really cool thing. Uh I mean like not like that I actively hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Um but in the Ohio con circuit,
Ooh.
there are several large Warrior Cats artists who I have met IRL.
Damn.
Um yeah, Nifty Senpai and I got to meet at a con last August, I think. And I got to give her a piece I did of her favorite character, who is Clear Sky.
Hmm.
So that was really fun. So I got to meet her. But in terms of like people like I see like daily, no, not really. um but my family do know about like my show and stuff like that, and they're
Uh-huh.
like
Oh,
really supportive of it and stuff like that. So that's kind of cute.
I oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I have like no friends who like warrior cats, unfortunately. Um, my IRL friends, like I love them, but like they lack that sort of like ambition to be passionate about something, you know.
Mhm.
And it's a little tough because like I feel sometimes I do feel a little like I want to say unseen, but not really. They just
Mhm.
I'll be like let's I'll try and talk to them. Like I tried actually getting them to play the Warcast D&D and record it, but like they're very resistant towards things like that, and I'm like just do it once.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't mean it. They're like no, we're gonna be furries. I'm like it doesn't mean you're a furry. It's like it's just try it once, please. Like
Oh no, not the furry
I
here.
know.
Man. So I think my IRLs would be really like into it actually. I think because like they have asked me, they're like, "Oh, can you like host D&D sometime?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just say when. We'll do a one shot." Um and so like I think if I got them into like the idea of like playing the whole playing pretend bit
Mm-hmm.
and all that, I think I could get them into uh opting to be cats for an evening. I think I could definitely get my brother into it actually.
Oh, that's nice.
um but yeah, as for like my IRL friends, like I actually kind of like that my IRL friends and I are doing out here doing different things
Mm-hmm.
because uh it it gives me like kind of like a, well, I don't have to like mix my friend groups sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing sometimes.
I understand. Yeah.
Um so like sometimes I'm like, I'm really tired of Raid and Final Fantasy. I'm like, we're gonna go shopping with the girls. We're gonna go we're gonna we're gonna go bowling. We're gonna go do wine and paint. So like
Yeah. See that stuff.
um
I try to like pitch my friends. I'm like, let's go do this for this. Like every weekend, my friends are like, let's go play Magic. And I'm like, "Ah, we play Magic every single weekend. Please,
oh no,
guys."
not them being Magic fans.
Mm-hmm.
I that's my Final Fantasy 14
Oh
friends taught me
yeah.
how to play Magic. I'm not very good at it. I've
Oh.
only ever played it once though.
Mm-hmm.
But there is that Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy in general, but
Yeah.
it has a lot of Final Fantasy 14 cards. Magic set.
Yeah. The
Uh,
universe is beyond. That has like
yeah,
in the Magic community. That's very. It's some people like it, some people hate it, and
yeah,
I understand both sides because like just to narrow it down. So basically, one is like the price when they do like these
yeah.
crossovers, the prices have to increase, which really sucks. And then the scarcity of cards. So let's say I want like the obviously they're gonna make like the most popular character cards like good. So like Sephiroth, Cloud, Tifa,
Y'shtola.
Y'shtola.
Y'shtola's my favorite Final
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy 14 character.
Yeah, you still got two cards.
um,
Almost everyone got two cards. But
yeah,
let's say I want Y'shtola and you want Y'shtola, right? The
yeah.
demand for the card's gonna go up, which means the secondary price will go up, which kind of sucks because then there's less to go around. Because like since I play the game, I would use a card to actually play the game, but like maybe you would just have it for collection. So then that
Yeah, no,
means
that is exactly
yeah.
it. I'm like, yeah, I just want her because that is my cat girl's wife. um that's actually something I never see this in any other fandom spaces really. I guess maybe I'm not in enough fandom spaces. Um but Final Fantasy 14 has an active like Yume shipping
Mm-hmm.
culture where your character it is socially acceptable to ship your character with one of the NPCs in the game.
Mm-hmm. I
And
do that with
so
everyone.
so my main girl, her name is Wyra.
Yep.
I used to pronounce her name Wyra Murla, but one of my friends started pronouncing it Wyra Murila, and I'm like, that's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I pronounce it now. But she is a polyamorous butch lesbian.
Yeah.
So she has 4 girlfriend.
4. I can't even get one.
She has 4 girlfriend.
Yeah,
Actually,
save some
well,
for the rest of
3.
us.
So yeah. um, but well, 2 she's married to, 1 is girlfriend, and then 1's like a queer platonic situation. Um, yeah. So Yashola is most of them are like from OCs from like role playing with my friends.
Yeah.
But Yashola is the only one who is a
Canon.
canon character. Yeah. So uh but yeah, I know her card is very very good because I played against it and I got my ass beat.
There's actually 2 Y'shtola cards, which is kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Okay.
One is like from a commander, like you have to like buy like a pre.
Yeah, it's the commander deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one I played against.
And then
Yeah.
there's like a mono blue one which has a pretty unique ability where in Magic there's like your beginning phase, your main phase, your combat phase, your second main phase, and then your end phase, which is like the end of your turn. So Y'shtola, the blue Y'shtola makes it so you have 2 ending phases, which is like kind of unique. It's like the first, I think it's the first one. So there's a lot of cards that are like at the end of your turn it does something. So that means if you have Y'shtola out, that means you get 2. The ability happens twice, which is like pretty cool. It's kind of broken, but kind of not. There's not a lot of cards that do that. It's mostly stuff that's like blink, which means like you remove your creature and it comes right back in. So it pairs well with like a thing called an ETB ability. But I digress because
yeah, that sounds like her. Yeah, that sounds like her. Yeah, she is a sorceress in game. That is her thing.
So anyway, so let's get into some other things. You said you had a brother. I assumed you were an only child, to be honest.
No, I have a younger brother. He's 3 years younger than me. And so it's like right at that age where like for a while we did a lot of the same things together, and then once we got to be teenagers we really stopped doing a lot of the same things together.
Oh really?
And then yeah, and then once we got older, like we reconnected on like all of our like hobbies and stuff like that. So he and I are really actually pretty close. So
that's kind of like the opposite of me. My older sister, my older sister's, is she 2 years older than me? Hold on. Yeah, she's 2 years older than me, and when we were kids, we hated each other. But now, like since she moved, she lives down south, in our province, so we talk a lot now. But like we we never did anything. But now it's like we always hang out. We went to Japan together actually.
oh, that's awesome. My brother and his wife, so my sister-in-law, they recently went to Japan, and they brought me back a bunch of like Final Fantasy and Pokemon stuff. It was really really sweet actually. So yeah, I love both him and my sister-in-law a lot. So but yeah, I guess I do kind of give off only child energy. I think it's the constantly coming up with like things to do aspect of stuff. But I think that is more of the autism rather than anything else.
I don't know if you want to talk about this, but like how did you know you were a lesbian?
Oh, how did I know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually a late in life lesbian, which is really kind of shocking to a lot of people. Because I guess I give off the aura of somebody who like woke up and like my first words were I am not interested in men.
Yeah.
But so I have had boyfriends, and I've always just like felt like in like a sense like oh, I'm just doing like this is the normal thing. Like this is how I'm supposed to feel. And and then I read the Lesbian Master Doc.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the Lesbian Master Doc. And I realized, oh, I don't like men. I'm just kidding. because because like my thing was I had boyfriends, but like always like my favorite men were like fictional.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and so and that it and if that is audience, if that's something that's happening to you, you might need to read the Lesbian Master Doc.
It's like I
But
consulted. I have some good news. I was gonna say bad
yeah.
news, but I wouldn't really. I shouldn't have said that.
um well, I mean, in our current society, I would be like, yes, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so patriarchal.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, that's how I found out. I identified as bisexual, I think, since I was 22. And then I came out as a lesbian when I was 29, turning 30. So it's never too late. um, and so yeah, and now like I'm like almost all my characters are lesbians. We retcon that. Brightfire used to be into men, not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm taking your privileges away.
Yeah, no, she has the world's longest will they won't they with uh Blackflight right now instead. So uh um Silvershade, also she's also a lesbian. Uh the head of Star Clan is a lesbian. So that's just kind of
Oh
how
shit. Nice.
like especially because like around like the pandemic and stuff like that, like it like I could not go out and celebrate my newfound lesbianism. So
Oh,
so
she
I
found during
had
the
to,
pandemic.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I had to go cope in other ways, which meant um uh making a lot of lesbian characters on the internet. So
Yeah.
that's how I found out. And I've been happier for it.
Oh, that's good to hear. I kind of my love life is like so it's so bleak. I like
I feel
oh
like that's not true
god.
for a lot of people, especially since the pandemic. Though, like it's just so much harder to meet people.
I don't understand. It is. It's so it's just to meet people is it's crazy because it's like you go somewhere. I go somewhere. I go to like the gym. I don't want to be the gym creep who goes up to like to other girls and be like, hey, what's cooking? But it's like oh,
Yeah,
it's like how I go to my bouldering gym, and like everyone goes as a group, and I'm just like, I don't, I can't. It's hard to talk to people when they're in a group. I do talk to people there sometimes, but like it never transpires or anything. It's always just like, oh, good climb, man. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, you too, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like,
yeah. That's how I feel with like hiking groups. I love hiking, and
mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my god, we hike in silence. Like,
Oh, what really? How do you hike in silent? Oh, I guess
I don't
yeah.
know. I mean, if it's a hard hike, you're huffing and puffing. I
Mm-hmm.
have asthma. I'm huffing and puffing. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, I mean, it is just so much harder to meet people, I think. So I wouldn't beat yourself up about it. Um, so I mean, I don't have a partner currently, so
Mm. Like yeah, singles club.
yeah.
So oh, let's change the topic now. It feels a little depressing now. With Roar of the Moon, how did you Actually no. Let's talk about the Warrior Cats Discord server
Hmm.
because that was actually pretty interesting. I discovered it when I was in Japan. I was like in my hotel room at like in the morning, and I just was swiping on
Hmm.
TikToks, and I saw one of Danny's like videos of like I think it was like Ashwin talking, doing some bit, and I was like, what the frick is this? And I was like,
So
what?
that is also how I found it. I was just minding my business on TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
I found the video, and and I my friends and I we recently had uh our D&D game had ended because of friend group issues, and so we were all a little bit sad. And I was like, hey, would you guys indulge me in a Warrior Cats game? And I think, and two of them got real into it, and then everybody else was like, hell yeah. After, because I think it started as oh, this will be funny. It soon became all consuming. Like, I think particularly for Astis, who plays Emberheart, he had never expected to get this attached to a character that is a cat. And and now he's like, this is my guy. And so yeah, this is my guy. And so yeah, that is kind of how it started for me as well. I saw it, and then I joined the server, and I have always been a player and watched a lot of D&D actual plays, but I had never ever game mastered before. But I had run several roleplay forums, and I found that game mastering was very similar to that. And it kind of became a very natural role for me. And so now I am a writer on the book, like, for real. Yeah. I've been taking a break because my ADHD medicine stopped working there for a bit, and I had to find a new one that worked. But now I feel a lot more like creative again, and so Danny will probably be seeing some updates on some things that I've had cooking very soon. One of them is we've been coming up with classes and stuff for kitty pets and loners. And the one that I have is called Sundrown Swashbuckler. Ooh. So it's boat cats from the Sundrown place. So that should be really fun. The other one that is publicly available in the server right now as homebrew, but is getting reworked to better fit with the systems that we have in the book, are the mediators. I am in charge of the mediators, so that should be really fun. I play tested some of them, and I have found that some of the stuff that I had is not very good in terms of, like, mechanically. So yeah, so I have to rework that kind of stuff, but soon we will have mediators, and that'll be fun.
Did you know that for Longest Night, your one shot, I was if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have created Fading Sun, one of my favorite.
Yeah, I saw you said that, and I was like, wow, I'm so glad you reused him.
My process was like, I saw you were like, you were asking people, like, hey, and I was like, I'll apply, and I was like, I don't have a yellow character yet. Let me make a yellow character. And, and then it was during the blood moon, so I was like, hey, wait, hold on, I'm inspired. Let's do some sort of cursed thing. And he has like a little cursed arm. I love it. It's so good. I need more Fading Sun appreciators to see him and be like, oh.
I love him. I love the whole thing he has going on with, like, his eyes, and how they're almost always half shut. I love characters like that. I think he has such a cool aura. I love him. I really hope that you continue to use him and stuff like that. But yeah, the Longest Night, it's coming along. The part of the why season 2 hasn't fully been out yet is because I am working on animated intros, partially animated, not
really?
Fully animated.
Animated intros.
Anime intros for both The Longest Night and Rise of the Moon. So, and I have them boarded and stuff, but as soon as I boarded them, it was like my brain was like, no more. You have to take a break. You have to stop. so that is what happened, and it also, my break also coincided with me going to a Final Fantasy 14 convention, and I had not really been happy with Final Fantasy 14 for like quite some time, and so I had actually like, kind of fallen out of love and posting about Wyra and stuff like that. And after going to that, I kind of like uh regained like some of my
Rekindled,
love
yeah.
for her. Yeah, and that's actually where I started shipping her with like Ishtola, because I had like always joked about it. I guess like there was always a part of me, because I was never in a fandom that was really big on the Yume shipping. That I was like, oh, I'm too embarrassed to do that. But I took the leap after that convention, and I completely changed Wyra's lore because of it. Because originally she was built for roleplay, and so she was not the Warrior of Light, because like
Damn.
that's too important for roleplay. And now I just roleplay her with friends rather than taking her out to RP venues in game. But she yeah, so I fell in love with the game all over again. Thank you to those at Gateway Fate for having such an awesome convention that I went from, oh, maybe I'll unsub, to I'm writing fan fiction now. So
Draw my fading sun here.
this is my Ixie on Neopets. This is her name is Phaelian. And for anybody asking why you talk about Wyra a lot, why haven't you drawn her? I'm really bad at drawing humans, and I'm not doing that on Null Hive's podcast. I have drawn her before. There is a sticker of her, but it is very chibi, and I had a lot of references when I was doing it. So yeah.
I actually thought about it. I was like, maybe I should draw Wyra. I was like, for trying it, but I was trying to doodle her, and I was like, oh, this
Her
is so
outfit
hard.
is really hard to draw. I need to make a reference sheet of her casual outfit, because that is so much more easier to draw than her adventuring outfit that has like 5,000 belts and buttons, as is Final Fantasy lore, you know.
I
Like
couldn't even draw the pirate hat, and I was like, come on. I'm like, just do the pirate hat. It's like that's all you need, just the head. I just could not do it. I was like, how do you even pirate hat here? I'm like, who wears pirate hat?
Yeah, the one time I did draw her, it was when she was wearing her eye patch, an eye patch instead of her pirate hat, because she did recently lose an eye in the most recent expansion. I added that to her lore. And instead of being worried, like she wakes up and like Y'shtola's there, and Y'shtola's mad at her for constantly risking her life like that, and Noira's like, but do I at least look cool with like the missing eye? Do I look cool? Do I have aura?
I'm struggling to find all my color palettes for my characters here. It's making me annoyed.
I've just been coloring them based off of vibes. I've not pulled up a reference sheet.
Like, where's my one specific shade of yellow? Where is it? Where's my orange? Hold on. No, I can't find my orange. No, that's good enough.
A lot of my Neopets friends call Phaelian my evil My Little Pony because of how I do her hair, and I'm like, yeah.
Did you know about Ponytown, right?
Yeah, I know about Ponytown. I never played, but I know of Ponytown.
I joined it because I saw a TikTok of someone doing like a cosplay tutorial, and I'm like, what is this? And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool because everyone does like custom sprays, and I was like, oh, that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
I'll join, and I'll goof around a little bit. I got bullied on that game.
Oh my gosh.
I got bullied. I was like, I'll just talk to these people, and they called my guy ugly, and then I was like, damn, these people are mean. So I walked away, and then they all followed me, and then when I sat down like with some other players to talk to them, they're like, don't talk to this guy. His character's ugly, and I was like, what the heck? I'm like crying. I'm like, no, like who are these people?
What? Yeah, but for a series about friendship, they're not very friendly.
I'm like, damn, I'm getting like heat for no reason. Oh, it was so funny though. I'm like, who are these people? I'm like, are these like kids, or are these like other adults like me?
yeah, I guess in any sort of situation where you have a lot of character creation, people are going to be like, I don't like how your character looks, and I'm like,
Mhm.
well, okay,
It's like I
this is
guess.
my character. This is not your character. Um, so I don't know why you're saying that.
Mhm.
Because Wyra is, I call her a butch lesbian, and there's a post that I feel like did like almost irreparable damage for me calling her a butch
Oh yeah, I
for
kind of remember that. Yeah.
for several years, where it's like this is the most butch Twitter can be before they start getting scared. And the thing is that Wyra has longer hair, but like this is from a time period where it was not uncommon for men to have longer hair,
Mhm.
and
I mean, it's
also
an anime game.
um
Everyone has long hair, you know.
yeah, like I'm trying to give her like the shonen, and like it's like she's like Sephiroth, okay?
Mhm.
um and she does have eyeshadow, but it's more in the vein of like Jack Sparrow and like Captain Hook in Once Upon a Time than
Mhm.
like um
Damn, I haven't heard anyone talk about
than
Once Upon
like
a Time for.
girly. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, she has makeup, she also has lipstick, but like that is not what makes appearance is not what makes somebody butch. Butch is about how you navigate the world as a lesbian. Like,
Mhm.
how do you wish to be perceived in the world as you navigate it? And to her, that is, and the way she navigates it is butch. Um, so that is, oh, that's way too purple. Okay. Um, so that is, kind of like, yeah, people in any kind of game with a character creator, people are gonna have things to say, but I'm also like, this is my character, this is not yours.
Mhm.
Um,
That's what
this
I'm
is
trying to son.
still too okay.
I'm shocked how well you adapted to this drawing like website. I'm
I
like,
think it helps.
what?
I have a Cintiq, so like I
Mm.
think it helps
Mm.
um the adjustment. The one thing that I'm having a hard time is like scrolling the brushes is a lot harder on the Cintiq. So
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
okay, we're just gonna work with we're doing the one brush challenge
yeah.
right
Mhm.
now.
I keep switching to
um
pixel and like the actual brush.
uh so but yeah, Phalion is my fairy Ixie. She's evil.
Evil.
I really wanted a character who was really cutesy to be evil.
Mhm.
So that is why she looks like a My Little Pony.
What so what inspired you to become like an artist, like to pick up the pencil and start drawing?
Oh, okay. So there's a competition on Neopets called the Beauty Contest.
Oh, uh-huh.
And it is an art contest
Yeah.
where you go and you enter your Neopet, and it's not like a staff decides which is the best picture. It's
Mhm.
you go around the forums, and like people vote on like your art.
Mhm.
And so it's more of an advertising contest than an art contest. And I think seeing that when I was little kind of like helped
Yeah.
me uh like be encouraged to like do stuff, because um uh it was, well, I don't have to be the best artist in the world
Mhm.
to enter this competition. So
I just realized something really funny is like
mm-hmm,
you know like the Steven Universe joke. It's like if Rebecca Sugar never lost the rabbit in the garden.
mm-hmm.
What if Neopets never existed? What would happen to you?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I would be. I would know if I would be drawing. Honestly, actually, like I don't know. Maybe I would because of Warrior Cats.
Mhm.
And Pokemon, but Neopets definitely was the big jump start. Um,
I don't even know what I want to draw here. Sometimes like
my
just
parents used to get so mad because I hated going to church on Sundays, and
uh,
I would draw my Neopets in the margins of like the bulletin that they gave us to stay quiet during sermon.
uh one time, so I have a funny story about like my early
Mm-hmm.
drawing phase. Is like, yeah, I started drawing because like in class, like I just couldn't keep up with the other students in my courses, so I was like, whatever. In like grade 6 or 7, so this is a story told to me by my mom. All right. So I would draw cats a lot in my class, and just instead of doing my work, 'cause I was a bad student. But my teacher saw this, and he took my paper I was doodling on, and he was like, I was like, can I have my paper back? Because it was like my like my notes, like I was like what I was writing
Mm-hmm.
all my actual stuff on, but I would just draw on it. And so he photocopied it. And then at the next parent teacher interview, he showed my mom. He's like, Your son is drawing cats instead of doing work." And my mom was like, okay." He's like, "Really? Like, you really you had to show me that?" Like, my mom. I love my mom. My mom was she's pretty epic. She she fought for me a lot in school, right? So because
Mm-hmm.
she saw it too, that like the teachers like they weren't like the school system just wasn't set up for someone like me to succeed in.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, it's like fine. Um, but yeah, my teacher made this whole fuss about my cat drawings, and I'm like, they were pretty good, to be honest. They were okay. But my mom was like, why is this guy yelling at me about cats? Like, who cares? Made me laugh. Anyways. My I have a pretty good relationship with my parents, to be honest. I live my parents are both together still, but through when I was growing
So am
up,
mine.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was growing up. My dad, till I was 18, like before the age of 18, I've only ever seen my dad like drink like a beer like three
Mm-hmm.
times for till then, and it's only like if like his brothers would come up to do ice fishing stuff. So like, yeah, I think that's a pretty epic dad moment. Telling your kids to you drink.
Yeah. My dad um is actually kind of like the more quiet encourager of like my more eclectic interests and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, because he also like collects vinyl and
That's
like
cool.
also does all this like kind of autistic stuff that I'm like, Gary, I think you should probably get tested. Um but um but yeah, so my dad has always been kind of like a quiet supporter of my interests, where my mom was more um loudly
Mm-hmm.
supportive. So yeah, I've always really appreciated my parents in how they've like helped me across the years and stuff
Mm.
like that.
Uh, One funny parent story. So my mom never liked me doing things like, I remember I tried to be like a little more like moody and goth and emo or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I was like super into was like
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon creepypastas. And there was like this, I can't remember which store it was, but there was like this one thing. It was like Pikachu, and he had like a like bloody mouth, that era sort of art.
Yeah.
And I took screenshots of it, right? Because I was like, oh, this is epic. I'm gonna have these as my wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how. I didn't know my mom knew my phone password. And then one day, she comes up to me, and then she's like, what is this? And she shows me the pictures of the Pikachu, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying to cringe. She's like, this is not happening. And I'm like, oh no. I was like, she's like, you're not being emo in my house. I was like, no, mom, it's nothing. I'm like, she's like, I don't care. It's none of this.
I will say the most embarrassing thing my mom has ever said to me about my art is, so anthro neopets are also a thing. Like, this
Mm-hmm.
girl's is quadruped, but anthro is also a thing. And I call this one neopet that I have, like, I'm like, I constantly push the boundary of how sexy you're allowed to make a neopet before they get mad at you.
Yeah.
And I've always done that since I was a teenager, because I made this OC when I was a teenager and I was
Awesome.
being edgy. And she's a rebel princess.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was drawing her one day, and I did not realize my mom was behind me when she came into my room, and she
Oh
was like,
no.
she was like, her boobs are kind of big.
like, can you shade the cleavage a bit more? Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, I have to delete this. But anyway, I think that and several other reasons is when I came out, my mom was like, yeah.
It's like, mom's like, yeah, I
we
kind of
know,
knew.
we know. So that's really funny. Um, and I still, if you ever see Gina Dion Neopets, she do have boobs. So as many as I can give her before, Neopets.com gets mad.
Do you have any advice for some like the people who are watching for other art skill, like art advice or general life advice?
Yeah, don't be afraid to look up references. Don't be afraid to study movies. Like, honestly, the way I draw cats, I would go and I think people are really afraid of being called out for tracing, but here's the thing is if you trace to study, you don't have to post it. You don't have to put it online. So, um the way I draw cats is very influenced by Nifty Senpai, um, Geckozilla, and then also Disney's
Oh yeah.
Aristocats, and also The Lion King. So I would go and I would uh like uh like trace to learn, and then I would also trace like real life pictures of cats. And the thing is, you don't have to post them online. You don't have to do that. And so that is my advice. Um, is that you can definitely be very creative in how you learn and study art. Um, and the other thing that has been a huge boon to me is zoom out of your canvas. Don't do everything zoomed in.
I'm guilty
Zoom
of that.
out.
I'm literally zooming out.
Yeah.
Right, like, when you said that, I'm like super close. I was like, oh.
Almost everything I've drawn today is at 55%. Almost everything. Yeah. So 55% zoomed in. So moral of the story: zoom out of your canvas. It helps you recognize like, oh, this shape looks weird, and also if especially if you're painting backgrounds, zoom out, because you're gonna want to see the values and also like just the thumbnail of what you're doing. So like honestly, lay all your colors down for your background zoomed out. That is my number one advice that I wish I had started doing sooner. Zoom out of your canvas.
What would you say is like when growing up, what was like your inspiration for TV or media? Actually, no. Hold on. Let me change this. What show raised you as a kid?
Ooh, what show raised me?
Yeah. For me, it was probably Futurama. That's probably why I'm such a great person today. I'm joking. I'm a terrible person.
The shows okay. The shows I watched as a kid. I like when I was really young, like really young. My favorite show when I was just a little bitty was Arthur, of course.
Oh yeah, Arthur. Yeah.
But my favorite show as I got older was Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Oh,
and
yes.
I think that really shows in like the kind of stories I create.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, you know, I watched Bones when I was in high school, and I ended up being a forensic anthropologist. Nothing like the show, by the way. But I did meet Kathy Reichs, who wrote the books that inspired Bones, and also whoever is the prop person on Bones. They do a lot of really like accurate like prop work. Because a lot of the books and stuff on Bones are actual textbooks, like on episodes where they do teeth. I can tell I know exactly I see those textbooks and I'm like, yeah, I own them. They're on my shelf. Because teeth was my specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it's actually really cool in terms of like, oh, whoever's doing prop work, they're spending $300 on textbook for an episode to be in the background. So that's really cool. But yeah, I guess I would say those are the shows that kind of like raised me. These days, I actually when it comes to TV, I don't watch too much. I I guess I really like the Legend of Vox Machina and the Mighty Nine, of course.
Mm.
And I also really like I used to really like Stranger Things. Stranger Things and I have had a divorce.
Really? Did you watch the final season?
Yeah, I hated it.
What? I mean I don't hate it, but I'm like, okay, it's just when a series that big has to end, it's kind of hard for everyone to have an ending that people like.
Yeah, and I really understand that. My thing is that I think I would rather them try to have some sort of character resolution for some characters than not at all. And it felt like a lot of characters were really sidelined this final season and didn't get the development that they deserved, particularly 11. And so that's kind of how I feel.
Where'd Pim go?
My
little guy. There he is. I really do not like the what's it called? Oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh, I was drawing everything on the same layer. That's why I was like.
Can I draw Shoiru from Neopets before we go?
Okay, I'm drawing Pim and Charlie.
But yeah, when it comes to TV, I probably should never get into TV because the other show that I really really liked was Game of Thrones, and we all know how that ended. So,
it's been a while. I haven't watched Game of Thrones in such a long time.
Bad ending, real bad. But yeah, I mostly play video games nowadays. I think that is my main form of entertainment.
What video games are you playing right now?
Well, Final Fantasy 14. I have my raid team. That where it's the new raid season. But also I really really like mystery games, and next up on my playlist is Of the Devil. And I've also been playing Signalis, but I'm very very bad at horror games and just resource management in these kinds of games in general. So are
you scared of, like, are you a skittish person?
I am a trigger happy person in games where resources are low. So games where like it's like Resident Evil or Signalis, where I have to manage my resources, I'm so jumpy that I've just emptied my entire clip shooting one guy.
So I'm not like I like horror films. I'm not really scared of a lot of things because I grew up on a show called Toy Castle. All right, this is like, okay, hold on. I have to send you a Toy Castle, like a screenshot from that show, because you won't believe me. This show was real. This show was like, it's on a television channel called Treehouse at like pretty late at night and so a lot of Canadian kids will probably remember this. But they were like, it was like this. How did the show go? They would have like a narrator, so no one actually talked, and then the narrator would talk for them, and there was like this clown that looked like Pennywise. It is, if you rolled with that show, you're tough, man. Trust me. And like, it was so bizarre. You had to watch it.
Yeah, I was never like a big like horror girly. Which is strange because I love like body horror and stuff in like my fantasy. But I never sought out like horror media for a really long time.
Did you get my Discord I sent you?
Hang on, let me see.
I was watching that shit when I was like
Oh,
6 or 7.
that is terrifying. What the hell is that?
That's Toy Castle. There's more characters too. There's like a group of mice who are like, oh my god. Oh, it's just, I'm a different breed. I grew up on that show. Watching that at like 10 o'clock at night, you know, as a kid. I had a pretty late bedtime. My parents were pretty lax on bedtimes, but you know. So I grew up, you know, I watched a lot of stuff I shouldn't be watching as a kid, you know.
Mhm.
Oh my god, we should well, not this episode, but if we ever do a future episode, we should talk
Mhm.
about crazy kid shows, cuz in Canada there's some really bizarre ones.
I know. You guys had Brave Face, which did come its way to the States.
Uh
But I remember they had some pretty insane episodes.
have you ever do you know what the show is it Angelina Anaconda?
I've heard of
You've
her.
heard, yeah,
Yes.
that was the one. There's Yorn of the Nor was it Yulon and Yukon or something. That was okay. That's another one. I'm trying to remember all these ones now. Now I'm put on the spot. I'm like, yes. But we're almost filling up this whole canvas.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I gotta draw my favorite Final Fantasy guy before
Uh,
we fill up the canvas.
Here, I'll draw the only Final Fantasy person I know. Really.
I gotta draw Gimme Cat. I gotta pull up a reference for him because he's really hard to draw, actually.
There's a skin color.
My son Gimme Cat, who has
Mhm.
every disease.
What is a gimme cat?
Gimme Cat is an enemy in Final Fantasy IX, but he's also in Final Fantasy 14, which is where I'm most familiar about him, and is also why my friends are like, "Shin, you have to play Final Fantasy IX." So he's an enemy in 9 and 14, and he steals your. He either comes up to you in 9 and he asks you to give him a diamond, or he comes
Oh.
up to you in 14 and he asks you to give him your ether, and if you do not acquiesce to his requests, uh, and kill him in a short amount of time, he will blow you up.
Mm.
And I love him because he always looks so anxious all the time.
Do you like my font? Do you like who I'm drawing here? It's the only character I know. There you go. Who could this be?
Oh, is that Cloud? That's
Oh,
Cloud.
it
Yeah, I can see the
is.
sword. But yeah, Gimme Cat is my favorite Final Fantasy monster. I love this thing. I've drawn him a couple times. I drew him on like the stickers that I gave out of my girl Wyra at Gateway Fate,
Mm.
and I think I've become known as the Gimme Cat guy because I got recognized in game, not because I had him out. Like
Mm.
there's a minion of him where um uh you can like just like have him like be your companion, and
Mm.
so that
Is he like a
uh
well liked character, or is he like?
he's just a monster. He just exists.
Oh, so but he's not like an iconic monster, or is it just like?
He is, I would say he's an iconic monster.
Mm.
But he doesn't get featured as often as some of the other iconic monsters.
Mm.
Um
Because I don't think he had a magic card made of
no,
him.
he does not. I'm sad about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's another thing. Just because I'm already talking about magic now, the universes beyond thing. So in for magic, everyone plays commander pretty much, and the whole thing with commander is you pick a legendary creature and you build a deck around,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
in these universes beyond, so there's so many legendary creatures. So when you try to like when a set comes out, it will be like, oh, there's like maybe 10, maybe, yeah, 10 or 12 legendary creatures, and you're like, okay, that's cool. Maybe I'll make a deck around that. But with these Final Fantasy, like, sorry, no, I don't want to say Final. The universe is beyond. There's just so many legendary creatures, so they give the legendary status to like everyone, and it's like there's some that are just like unnecessary, and it's like, ugh. So like the Final Fantasy I think has like over 60 legendary creatures, and that's basically like every single creature, and it's like what the heck.
Yeah. Um, my friend who plays Magic made a deck, um, uh, a proxy deck
Mm-hmm.
with our Final Fantasy characters filling in for
Oh
some
yeah.
cards for a like a pure Final Fantasy deck. And so that it would be a purely Final Fantasy deck. And my girl Wyra is a legendary creature. She's a legendary pirate.
Is it Admiral Beckett Brass? I'm gonna assume.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
The cool thing about that is the original artist actually drew his mom as a card. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
so his mom gets to be a pirate in Magic the Gathering. Damn, our canvas is pretty epic. This is good. I would love to have like a bunch of us on. That'd be a fun
Oh
episode.
yeah, that would be really fun.
5 people all contributing to one drawing. Maybe. Yeah, I'd like to have like someone maybe like Danny on because like just the creation of like the server is pretty interesting story.
Yeah, I would love to hear his thoughts behind that.
Danny, if you're watching, please.
Danny, let me know. I want to know the thoughts.
Hopefully this episode comes out maybe Monday. I'll have to watch. It's mostly just editing the downtime between conversations.
Mhm. Yeah, that is probably my least favorite part of editing Rise of the Moon is I people are like, how do you guys talk so fast? How do you come up with things
Yeah.
so fast? I'm like, the truth is that I'm editing out all the pauses.
Let's see. I'm trying to draw an abstract shape. Ooh, okay. I like this. I'm gonna draw a fish.
Oh, gimme cat, you are so creature. My son, who has every anxiety disorder.
I actually I tried getting a magic like YouTube channel going with my friends, but like they won't they won't do it. I like magic, but like my passion for it has dwindled for it.
Mm-hmm.
Only just cuz like product fatigue and
Yeah.
anyways. I also but like this isn't like a call out to anyone, but like a lot of like influencers, like magic influencers who have channels, I feel like sometimes like I don't want to say there's a very big one,
Mm-hmm.
something knights, I'll just say that, who work really closely with like wizards, and so they get a lot of privileges because of them, so they get sponsors or they get like special guests to come on behalf, I would say, and like so they always have to talk positively about cards in
Yeah.
case of like the in case you know, so I just don't like that, and like and or if like any channel would be like, oh, this card's actually pretty good, that card, then if people will start buying the card, it inflates in price, and it's like, oh my god, which I mean I would love to do to myself. I would sell out and be like, haha, buy this card that I have 40 copies of, and then sell them. But I would totally abuse my power if I was a
Yeah, I
magic
know.
influencer.
Yeah, on it. Yeah, like if Final Fantasy 14 paid me to say something, say only nice things, I'm like, hell yeah, brother. I will never complain about Raid again.
Mm-hmm. Wizard sponsor us, please. I actually when I only because like D&D is let's go, but okay, what am I trying to say? Actually, I always say actually. Okay, my bad. I'm stumbling my words. Since we're on the topic of wizards and they own D&D,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised that the how underground our the Warrior Cat server is, to be honest, because like
I'm actually more surprised that HarperCollins slash Coolabby has not gotten us than I
yeah.
am, because like we're pretty distinct from Wizards. Like anytime I borrow stuff from D&D,
Mm-hmm.
it's very clearly under the creative license that they allow
Which probably will
us to
end
do stuff.
soon. Freaking
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Um,
Because remember, do you remember?
but
Oh,
Yeah, I remember the big outrage over that.
I was gonna say, do you remember Pokemon 5D?
No, I don't.
There was a Pokemon D&D. It was literally called Pokemon D&D, and it was super well done. Right, like there were so many mechanics. All
Mm-hmm.
the Pokemon had stats. All the attacks, a lot of the attacks were like put into a D&D, form, and even IGN got wind of it, and they made an article about it praising it. But because IGN praised it and it got
Yep,
its IGN,
yep.
yeah.
So I don't know if you've ever heard about Pokemon Uranium,
Oh, I
but
do.
it was a
Yep, I
fan.
remember that. Yep.
Yep, it was a fan game, and IGN talked about it, and they're one of the only fan games to ever get sent a cease and desist, and it's because IGN talked about it. So I'm like, IGN, if you like something, you need to shut up.
Yeah. Actually, as a kid, I was like,
Um,
it'd be so cool to work for IGN, but now I'm like, that IGN, they're such. Oh, well, actually, I wouldn't say that. I was like, I don't want to work for them anymore.
but I'm like IGN, you do some good journalism sometimes, but also you need to shut up. Uh, and so what I so a lot of people are like, how has Warrior Cats animated stayed
Mm.
like without the cease and desist? And I'm like, that's because they shut up.
Mm.
Like they aren't going out and asking Kulabi or HarperCollins, hey, can we make an animated series? They're just doing it, and they're doing it under the radar. And I think that is how it has to go for Warrior Cats. Like uh I have a feeling that if we were ever to get sent a cease and desist in the next couple months, you would find a Warrior Cats TTRPG being put out, and it would not be half as good as
Mm.
what we have done. So so that so to everybody who, if anybody loves the unofficial Warrior Cats adventure game, my plea to you as a writer is do not ever ever at the official team with it. Do not. um that is my advice. Don't do it. Because if you keep your head down and you shut up, most of these projects you can continue with them no problem. Uh, yeah, that does suck about the license. And Wizards taking that away, but also I don't think that's gonna stop people. I'm gonna be real honest.
Did you go see
uh,
the D&D movie, or did you do the boycott?
I did see the D&D movie, but I did not know about the boycott at the time.
Okay.
To be fair,
I
um,
still have yet to watch the D&D movie.
the D&D movie is really really good, and I think people should watch it because I think it deserves a sequel. Honestly, I really really do. Um, I think it's one of the best D&D products that they've put out in ages. um, uh, and I really do mean that. I think I think it is such a fun movie, and I would hate to see that it never gets a sequel because of Wizards being a butt.
I'm like completely drawn out. I have like no idea what I'm drawing anymore.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know anymore. There he goes. There's Gimme Cat. He's being goofy.
Oh, I like him. He's weird. Give me the. Well, I think that comes to a natural end, though.
Yeah.
Thank you
Oh,
for.
look at our canvas.
I
This is
know.
really
Oh
good.
my god. Your Espeon. I'm still like blown away by your Espeon over there.
Oh, thanks. I don't draw Pokemon as often anymore. Maybe that'll be another episode. I can talk about my history,
Mm-hmm.
as being part of the DeviantArt group, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers, which has a lot of very famous drama behind it. That I was not a part of, but I did bear witness to in real
Yeah.
time.
Well.
um, so.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Shan. Would you like to shout
Mhm.
out anything before we leave?
Yeah. So, obviously, be kind to one another. Definitely check out, um, we've mentioned Danny a lot, so definitely check out the unofficial Warrior Cats adventure game and his server. That was a huge part of my decision to get into recording the actual play of Rise of the Moon. And so I would be remiss to not promote it. Obviously, if you like Warrior Cats and you like D&D, Warrior Cats Rise of the Moon, we have season 2 coming, and we are in the middle of recording season 3, which will be the final season. So if you wanted to see that, it's at my YouTube channel, Lightblooms. And also any creators that I've mentioned this episode, like Nifty Senpai and Geckozilla, go check them out. They're really inspirational for me. Join Neopets. That's my shout out. Join Neopets. That's my final words.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you guys hopefully in the next episode. Bye.
All right. Bye.